Okay. And how
Hello.
exciting. It's the new year. There are 3 people here today, which is abnormal, right? Usually it's just me and Ken. Sometimes it's just Ken. Sometimes it's
Who
just me.
dis?
Who is that? We got Paul Trebe on the horn here today. Paul is one of our sales guys for the NetFoundry team. We were doing some chatting, talking about some things, and it came to light that the Ubiquity Dream Machine Pro is a reasonable platform for somebody to run a process on, which I thought was really cool because I have Ubiquity gear myself personally, but it's the cheesy chintzy little stuff. So I have a USG, which is old, and I have a Cloud Key, which is old. And I've been dreaming to add a Dream Machine Pro for quite some time because I wanted to put IP cameras in my house. I don't have any IP cameras, so I really want to get that cooking. And then I went and I looked at how much all that cost, and I went, oh, well, maybe I don't need IP cameras yet. But it's on my list of things to do. And a Dream Machine Pro is on my list because I can put a hard drive in there. And so that's
Mm,
why I've been wanting to get a Dream Machine Pro. And then when I learned that it's a kind of a honking little machine that you can just install something on your own, I was really interested in it. So Paul, we were talking through some things, and Paul's like, "Hey, yeah, can we add Ziti to my Dream Machine Pro?" And I went, "Oh, you have a Dream Machine Pro? Yeah, let's do that." I had already done it elsewhere, so I have gone through the process precisely one time, which means I am absolutely a pro at what needs to happen. So I think we're going to be able to get through adding Ziti to Paul's Dream Machine Pro in under an hour. We'll find out. I was telling Paul before, this is a really informal. Ziti TV is all about people just having a chat, doing something that's kind of neat and interesting. And so we are going to use the NetFoundry console to produce the OpenZiti network, and we're going to just do that because Ken has a question.
Oh, I do have a question. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kevin. I am. I'm still at the bird's eye view, and I understand now that Ubiquiti Dream Machine Pro is like a $400 home device that you can install that gives you a little bit more. It's a hardware appliance that gives you the ability to program your network, right? To do like more fancier things with your home network. It also has a hard drive, as you mentioned. So it's a computer with networking, lots of networking ports,
So
right? And we want to
yeah, I
make
mean,
having a
any
dashboard more
router
accessible.
any router is going to be a computer that does this sort of stuff.
Okay,
Ubiquity
it's a better router.
is a that's right. Yeah,
It's a
it's a
better
bigger,
router.
better, badder router.
Right.
My router is a USG, a Ubiquity Security Gateway, and it is this little teensy tiny thing. It's like $150. It's still not cheap, but it's not $400. And then you add a cloud key on top of that, which is equivalent to the controller that NetFoundry would have, and that's actually the software that programs your network. And they do a really beautiful job of mushing all that together in a nice little package to show you. Yeah, in fact, I could share my screen and show you my Unify UI as well. Uh, boop, boop, boop. Proceed to Unify.
So this is what
Um,
we're dealing with here.
Yeah, that's a pro. And so if you also bring my screen on here, can we do both? Yeah. So like this is my dream machine, not dream machine. This is my dashboard that they give me. You can go to
Cool.
my devices. You can make virtual lands. You can do a bunch of interesting, fun stuff. It tells you what kind of access points they have. It's
Right.
nice, but they would refer to it. I mean, at least I would refer to it as prosumer,
So you
meaning
can do
it's
all this stuff, but they don't provide like a cloud connector or a cloud dashboard. You have to
no, no,
log
no,
into it
no, no.
over your private
They
network.
no,
That's
no. If
that's
you
great. That's
Yeah,
a great
if
point as
you
to why we wanted to do this.
that's right. If
Oh,
you want to
okay.
trust Ubiquity to manage your network and that they won't get hacked, and that means you won't get hacked, then sure, you can go to Unify.
But you don't have to register your home device with their cloud if you don't want
Oh,
to.
you are absolutely given the option. Yeah.
Okay.
So in fact, right now, Paul has his network through unify.ui.com. And
Okay.
what we're going to try to do is take it off of unify.ui.com by using Ziti, and then we will be able to have Paul access his home network, manage his home network entirely through a Ziti secure overlay. And so that's the big idea. Now, where did my screen share go? Because I stopped my screen share. That's my mistake.
You want it back?
Where did this go? No, Paul, I think
I'll
you
let
have
you
stopped
turn it back on
sharing.
when you're ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me just share this for 1 second here. And I totally agree with everything was said. It's basically like a prosumer or enterprise for your home that you can do some complex stuff. And what drove me to do this is we were actually building another building, a garage with a bunkhouse and office on top, and I wanted to have connectivity between, and I didn't want to do wireless. So one thing led to another, and luckily my wife does not know how much all this stuff costs.
Right?
But I've got,
Oops.
you can see here, maybe a little tough to see, but I've got the Dream Machine Pro, and then I've got basically one of their switches in the house. I've got Ethernet buried between the two buildings. I've got a 10 gig connection to the garage, and then everything either forks off of there or just runs down to the lake or throughout the house. And so far, I've been pretty happy with it. I will say though, as I warned Clint, I said this stuff kind of scares me a little bit. I am formerly technical. I understand technology concepts at a very detailed level, but I'm not hands-on keyboard very often, so I'm always worried this is going to break. Um,
Yeah. We won't, we don't. I'm not worried about any of that. So it is a good. It's a good fear. Strong to have that fear. As a good IT person would tell you, hopefully you have a backup, but you never really have a backup until you try it out. So maybe we'll get to test out your backup policy today. Let's hope not. I don't think so.
hope not.
Okay, so let's get into the meat and potatoes here. We have a ZD network that's already been provisioned. We used the NetFoundry console to provision it because, frankly, it just makes things easier. And I asked Paul to do that ahead of time. So that's why, generally on OpenZiti TV here, I don't talk about the NetFoundry console, the pay for product, too much. But in this case, I don't mind because it's actually the free version of that NetFoundry console. So if you have under 10 endpoints, it's free for you. And so
But
Paul's like, "Hey, I'll
let,
just go put my credit card in and go for it."
yeah, let's be honest. It was because I'm probably not technical enough to roll my own entirely. I could do it,
100%.
but it
Yeah,
might take more like an hour.
that's exactly why. All right, but that's okay. That's cool. So in that, so in that environment, you have created a controller, and you have created a router, and the ZD overlay or the NetFoundry console actually will go through and take care of all that for you, assuming you told it to. Let's go look and see if we have an edge router. We do. We have an edge router. It is hosted. It has an edge router policy provision. I'm going to just show it real quick. It has an auto edge routers attribute.
Can you
It
zoom in a
has,
little bit on that?
oh yeah, yeah. It has an auto edge router policy. So any endpoint is able to use all of the auto edge routers, which is always what you need. If you use the quick start from the actual OpenZiti.github stuff here, when you go through one of these quick starts, host it yourself or whatever, it will actually add the public. It doesn't tell you; it tells you in the output. It'll actually add a public attribute instead of this auto edge routers, but it's the same idea. So we have an edge router. We have an endpoint that is Paul's Mac Mini. That's the one that will be accessing things. Actually, that's the one that's going to. No, they're both just clients.
Yeah,
We don't have the private router created yet, so we need to make a
correct.
private router. Yeah. So step one, Paul, I need you to go to this UI and to make a new router. And so you'll click the. I don't see the plus button. Oh, I don't have access to this.
Let me stop
Um,
sharing,
yeah,
and I'll share it.
let me bring up a network that I'm able to actually write to, because I only have. Actually, you invited me to that network, I do believe. Let me see. I don't think I ever accepted your invitation. maybe I can go in there and
Well, I
look at
do
it
have my
too.
screen up if you just want to guide me.
Oh yeah, cool. Go to Edge Routers. On the left-hand side, there's Edge Routers. Yep. And then go to the plus sign up there and give this a nice name, Paul's Dream Machine or something like that, or, Lake House Access or whatever you want to call it. Cool. You don't necessarily need to give this router attributes. I mean, if you had more than one network, you would do that here. You don't want to give it auto endpoints, because what this
Okay.
will do is if you were to give it that, then your endpoints will all try to connect to that edge router. And it also depends on if you enable link listeners or not, which are some concepts I know we've never really talked about before, which is probably what Ken is going to say. What, Ken?
Just trying to follow the logic here. We need a router, not an endpoint, for his
Uh,
device.
Well, we could go with one or the other for sure. We don't need a router. That is a very good point. We could use ZD Edge Tunnel. Yes.
Well, you were
Um,
just being minimal about it. I was like, router is
yeah.
more features, right? It's just more. It's more software. It's more configuration. Whereas an endpoint is
I
a little
mean,
lighter weight.
is it more? I mean, I guess it's more
Yeah,
because it
because it
has
has a built-in
configuration.
endpoint.
Well, I would think that the only thing that's more about it is the configuration, but let's go with ZD Edge Tunnel. I don't have a system D file for that, but like that system D that I shared earlier. So we did do a little bit of work, as you can see, ahead of time to make sure things would go smoothly. I think that system D file could get modified with minimal change. Yeah, okay, we'll be able to do this. Sure. Yeah, let's just use an endpoint then. We'll use ZD
Okay.
Edge Tunnel. So let's make a new endpoint.
If it's a Linux OS and you need like a systemd service unit file, I could whip that up.
No, that's in the notes that I shared with him already.
Okay.
So yeah, we have that. It's just I have to change the path and change the config, the command a tiny bit. That's all. You don't need to give it any endpoints. So we are any attributes. That's a
Okay.
way of like bucketizing
Uh,
endpoints. Oh yeah, and you have to have at least 5 characters. And then I better go find you the release, which is ZD Edge Tunnel. No, it's ZD SDK, Tunneler SDK. That's where it is. 1 second. I'm going to find the latest release here. And the Dream Machine Pro uses ARM 64. And so we do have an ARM 64 build. So that's this link right here, copy link address. I'm then going to send this over to Paul. Can you go back to your telnet, your terminal now?
oh,
Okay, come
sure.
up with a
Yeah.
word. And Paul, you're on our chat app, right? You're on Mattermost right now.
I am, but not on this machine. But I can open it up here too.
Okay, well then you can either I can tell you how to get to that link, or I can bring it back up again and you can type it in. But like you need to go to github.com/OpenZiti. So right from here we can do a wget. So just type wget, and then why is this? I see getting cut off down here because the stupid share screen participants. I'm trying to make this so that we'll
I
be
do
able.
have Mattermost up now on this machine as well.
Oh, I pasted you the link.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
All
1
right.
second.
Here we go. Why are you showing us the pictures?
I
Whatever.
think
Just
you
like
can
that?
double click it to make
Just
it
like
full.
that. Yeah. I don't want it full screen because this stupid bar down here, like somehow when I make it full screen, it's cutting off. Oh, okay. Now it's visible. Never mind. All right. So now if you do an LS, let's make sure that ZD Edge tunnel is in this location.
It didn't work.
Well, it ran not an HTTP or FTP URL. Oh, so this is a fun fact. The Dream Machine comes with an operating system that has a sub operating system within it, like they call it the Unify shell. So let's bust out of that Unify shell, and
Okay.
we'll do that by typing Unify -OS, not one word, no space. space shell. Enter. Now you're in the actual operating system, and you're also up at root. Yep,
Oh,
you can go
okay.
ahead. That's all right. You can do that. We're going to move it here in a second. Okay, that worked. So now let's do an ls. And now we see the ZD Edge Tunnel Linux, blah, blah. We
Yeah.
also see a folder in here called mount, MNT. We're going to move this file. So MV space ZITI tab to tab complete. And we're going to move that into /MNT /persistent. And then, yeah, tab. Yep. And then hit enter. Now we're going to change our directory to there. CD space mount /persistent MNT tab. Yep. All right. So now once we're, yep. If you hit the tab, it'll complete it for you. That way you don't have to type in it. Yeah. So now we're in here. We're going to type unzip UNZIP space ZD Edge Tunnel. Yep. Look at you. You're a pro. Unzip is not found. Fantastic. Ken, you got how about type tar? Will tar unzip? Yeah, just hit enter. No, just type tar and hit enter. I want to make sure it's there. Okay.
Yay, we found an unarchiver.
You know how to unzip with tar? I don't know how to do that
say
off the top of my head.
tar space -x f and then the file name.
Perfect.
With a space, yeah.
Yep. And enter.
It's a zip file.
It is a zip file. Yeah, I'm surprised.
You're gonna need unzip.
Oh yeah, are you? That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, it's pk unzip.
Funny enough, it doesn't look like a. It says it doesn't look like a zip file. It does not look like a tar archive.
It's not a tar archive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tar doesn't do zip.
So it is a real OS type site type apt space install space unzip enter. Do. So this is just going to go through and install everything that you need for unzip. Now, if you hit the up arrow a few times to get the unzip, yeah, now it should work.
It's called Edge OS.
Is it? I don't know what it's based on, but it has apt installed, so that's all I care about right now.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, so now ZD now run /ZD and then tab and hit enter. I just want to see if it'll execute. Okay, glibc 2.25 not found. So that is a difference. I did not test this on the Ubiquiti myself prior. I don't want to change glibc. So I think ZD router is going to be the way we go now.
Okay.
Can you go?
ZD router and ZD tunnel will have the same dependencies most likely.
No, I don't think so. It depends on how it's built. So ZD router has 100%. I've run it on a machine. So let me find the.
I mean, I'm drawing the distinction between ZD tunnel and ZD edge tunnel.
ZD. I know, but ZD tunnel is written in Go.
Yeah,
and
so is ZD router, and ZD router will be a superset of dependencies.
But not related to ZD Edge tunnel.
Not related at all to ZD Edge tunnel, correct?
Okay, I somehow I don't know. Oh, one thing did I? It's also ARM. Did I give you the wrong link? Nope, I gave him ARM. Okay, good.
You would have gotten a different error if it was.
Yeah, I would have said the not the
executable.
right. Yeah,
but I was just saying you could try ZD tunnel instead of ZD Edge tunnel. If you want to stick with the pinpoint path, if you want to go back to router path, that should work too. It's just a little bit more in the weeds.
He needs to unzip this entire archive anyway because it will contain. So what I've done. Okay, in the meantime, Paul, can you go to that link I just sent you in Mattermost, which is here, and can you
copy it or go to it?
wget. Do a wget on it. Back in the black box there.
Oh yeah, where should I be? What directory does it matter?
Yeah, that's no right. Actually, let's make a directory called ZD.
In here?
Yep. Make a mkdir ZD. And then let's CD to ZD. And then do your wget. Yep.
That's the right one.
Yep. Linux ARM. Now this we could use tar for. So let's do a tar minus XZF. I don't probably put it together. I don't know if you can.
You don't want the space up.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
And then give it the name of the, go to the end of the file or end of the row.
This,
and then, yep.
This screen share is bogging down my machine a bit here.
What is?
The screen sharing app we're using is slowing me down a little bit.
Yeah, ZD tab.
There
Enter. This will give you everything. No space left on device. We can't have that. Control C. All right. So why is there no space left on this? We don't want to leave here now. This is bad.
Yeah.
-sh will give you your, well, actually DF-H.
Yeah.
Will give you your disk free DF space dash H. There you go.
We want to find where do we have space and why is space all taken.
It's probably from the cameras.
Ah.
So let me see if there's an option.
Well, no, look at your mount persistent. That is totally used. And then you have /data. /data has lots of space on it. /persistent only is 118 megabytes. That's
the size is 120.
That's tiny.
We're using all of it.
That's tiny. So let's move. In fact, I don't even trust that download now that I think about it. Let's cd ... instead of move. And let space ... Yeah. And let's do an RM minus F minus R. Sorry, minus R on Ziti.
You've got a huge disk mounted on SRV.
And hit enter. All right. So now, yeah, that's 99% used though. So what I was
cameras then,
yeah, I was looking at the data /data mount. That looks like a more. So this is a wrinkle. The last place I did this on did not have such a teensy tiny mount persistent folder. It was certainly big enough to handle the zip file as well as, or the tar file as well as the unzipped version. So let's do this instead. We can do this. Control C out of actually Control D. Go back to your Mac. Let's do this on the Mac.
Okay.
One more Control D. And let's do that wget right here instead. Oh, you can't do up arrow. You'll have to wget and then space paste it. Yep. And then let's do it. Really, Mac. Let's do an apt install wget.
Like that?
You can actually down some.
Oh, it's brew. It's brew.
You can download something with curl if you need to.
We'll try that in a sec. Well, actually, maybe we'll do that now. You want to do that now? Yeah. Well, Control C. Let's try curl instead, because W gets them. Like, let's do a curl. Is it? I think a minus capital L, and then
it's dash capital O.
Yeah, but the L follows the redirects, right?
L will tell it to follow redirects, correct?
Yeah, and then a capital O, and then do you need for
output?
Yeah, you need a file path. So just do like ./ZD.tgz.
Slash.
Yep. No, that works. .tgz. Sorry. ZD dot. No slash there.
Oh, okay. Got it.
We're so close. Yeah, there you go. And then paste in that link.
Space though, right?
Yeah, with a space. Yep. Let's see if that's right.
Yay.
Couldn't resolve host dot. Okay, put the .zdtgz at the very end of that line. You know what? I should just go to my own bash prompt and test it for you first.
So get rid of this .zdtgz up.
Curl dash lo .tztgz.
The file path needs to come right after the
No. Well, maybe. Oh, yeah. Is it one of these -O's over here? That's what it is. No, it's still. Why is it saying you can't? It downloads the whole entire thing and then says Whatever. All right, let's do this. Greater than.
Can't find host dot.
Yeah, but it clearly did the whole entire
And
download.
in Paul's case too, no, it seems to have. In
There
your
you
case,
go.
it seems to have downloaded it, and his it just failed.
Well, I changed my command here. See this command right here, Paul?
Yeah, great. So greater than dot slash.
Yeah.
You have TZD. Is that right?
Oh, change it to zd.tgz.
Yeah.
No, that's a total brain fart.
Space before the greater than, or no space?
It doesn't matter, but put a space, sure.
And then dot. GZ or tar GZ, tar.gz. Like that?
.gz is fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Clint, if your terminal is visible, but the text is really tiny.
Is it? I thought it was big enough, but I will embiggen that.
You know, we never actually talked about why we wanted to do this, right? It's probably worth mentioning that as awesome as Ubiquiti is, they've had a lot of bad press over the last couple of months. There was a hack, pretty substantial hack of people's personal information being shared. And I didn't dive into the article, but I saw numerous articles that basically it was an inside job. It was a rogue employee that was at the center of it. So I think the hope is to remove the public access and, use a secure zero trust network to access these things. So when I'm on the road or whatever, I can access the machines to reboot or update or whatever needs to be done.
Yeah, gotcha. I mean, there are huge advantages to going from trusted to trustless, no matter what the reality is at Ubiquiti, or it's a broken model to begin with. So there was always going to be some kind of, if there's any incentive to hack, then eventually it will get hacked.
Absolutely.
Okay,
so that's making that a lot harder.
Let's make a new folder now, Paul. Okay, and let's call it Ziti, and then enter. Move mv space your zd dot. Oh, you called it dot zd. Move your dot zd file. Yep, and then move that into zd ziti and hit enter. Ziti. Yep. And then cd. No dots. Just hit enter. Okay. Yep. Now cd to zd. And now tar space xvf space dot zd tab enter. What is going on here? LS.
You gave it a
that
V,
was that was way too fast.
Said something.
Okay, so he doesn't have a .zd file. What is going on with that .zd? So do the curl one more time and change the .zd so it just says zd.gz. Get rid of that first period. Yeah.
It's a hidden file. That's why it doesn't show up when you do ls.
Oh,
you can give it an ls dash capital A.
Good point. It's probably there. But anyway, very good point.
Well, might as well let it finish now.
All right. We only get 30 minutes, but we're gonna make it. I'm sure of it. All right. This was a much bigger lift than I expected.
There are all these arcane details with Linux, and it's just never easy unless you've done it before.
Do the tar
very recently.
Yep. Tar xvf zdgz. Go. What doesn't it like? Do an ls minus l.
0 bytes.
Oh no! Look at the other file was downloaded. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Mac and ZSH is doing this. But do get rid of that minus, and now tab, enter.
There you
go.
Whatever.
Now you have
good. A subdirectory named Ziti with
I'm gonna blame Mac's ZSH on that one. Now cd to zd /zd router. Oh, actually, ZD's in there. Sorry, just ZD to ZD. Nope, just ZD. Sorry. Yep. And now do an ls. Perfect. Now we're going to scp space ZD router. minus router. One word. Yep. To where is your Dream Machine Pro? What's the host name called? Was it root at 192.168? Yeah. .168.1.1. Put a colon, period, enter. Okay. Now we're going to SSH to that machine.
So it's like you do this one-time setup to bootstrap remote access in a self-hosted manner, and then if everything goes well, it's just always on.
Yeah, and all of this is, none of this is Ziti. This is all just Linux downloading stuff, you know. So now let's SSH to, yep. And I'm not good with Mac is my big problem. Do an ls to make sure that file is there. Cool. Let's do a minus L instead of ls minus L. Okay. I think that's 52 megabytes. That'll fit inside of your persistent. So let's do a df minus h again to see how much space we have. And persistent has 100 megabytes. Good. Let's move mv Ziti router to /mount/persistent. Enter. Now do your du minus a, or df minus h again. Okay, so persistent is a little full, but no big deal. Great. All right, so cool. We're almost there. Whew. All right, so let me go back to that cheat sheet I had again. Where are that? All right, so we've now SCP'd the Ziti router to the Ubiquiti Dream Machine Pro. We haven't made a new private router. We went the other direction. Let's just for fun, let's make sure this thing will run. So run get rid of that CD, and let's do the Unify minus OS, one word, no spaces, space shell. Enter. And now just type /mnt/persistent/Ziti router and just hit enter. Tab complete. Yeah. R for router.
Oh, okay.
Enter.
There we go.
I just want to see it run. Fantastic. We're almost there. All right, good. So now we've got that there. Now let's go back to the, actually, let me see if I had the, can you share your web page again, the NetFoundry console? Let's go make this router that we started to do. Yeah, and go to the edge routers on the left and add a plus. Call it UDM Pro, type Pro. Yeah, nice. And then this one is customer hosted. So click on customer hosted and leave the link listener off for now. And go ahead and click create. Oh, okay. UDM Pro router. Fine, whatever. We'll just call it Pro router. Yeah. Now create. And then see that registration key? You need to download that registration key. Oh, no, sorry. Advanced downloads. Under advanced downloads. That JWT. That's what you need. You need that.
Got it.
There's also a config template you could download.
No, don't bother. It's I've already put that in the notes.
Oh, you've already got the right controller URL and everything.
No, we will have to do that, but that is the least of our worries.
Okay.
So download the JWT, and then we're going to Yeah, that's okay. Go back to your terminal window.
Yep.
And okay, so now from you'll have to go back to the Mac again. So Control D 2 times to get back to your Mac. And then where did you put that file? Is it in like downloads?
Yeah, it's probably
so CD, enter. And now CD to capital D downloads. Type tab. All right, and then ls minus L. And let's do a star dot. Oh, you got a bunch of them. Let's do ls-l space star.jwt.
ls-l space.
Yep, star.jwt, enter. And UDM Pro Router, that guy. So we're going to SCP space UDM Pro Router tab root at 192.168.1.1 colon period, enter. And then SSH to root at 192.168. Yep. And then move MV the UDM tab /MNT/PE tab /ZITI tab actually just put it in persistent. We'll just leave it right in persistent. Enter. Yep. Now unify -OS space shell. Don't forget, persistent stays between these two different environments. That's why we keep having to go back to the actual operating system. All right, cool. Now let's cd space /MNT/persistent. Enter. Make dir mkdir space ziti. Enter. MV ziti star space ziti. Enter. Yep. MV capital U star ziti space ziti. Enter. CD ziti. Enter. All right. Now do an ls-l. And then we should have everything we need in here. We got our edge tunnel. We got our zip file. You can remove rm space zd edge tunnel. Zd minus edge minus tunnel minus capital L. No. Back one more. Two more. Yeah. Minus capital L tab. Enter. So now we get rid of that zip file, get a little bit of space back. Okay.
Got it.
So now we have everything we need. Everything's in place. So now we can, let's see, we need to enroll this router. So let's run /zd minus router. Oops. Minus R tab space enroll, ENROLL space. Just hit enter because I don't know the usage. I don't do this all that often. I never remember. Config and then flags. So we need to do a -J space UDM tab. I think you got to do a capital U, and just hit tab. That's all. Yeah, just hit tab and hit enter. That'll do exactly what we need. No, what? It's supposed to work. Hit up arrow once. Did we? Oh, it's right there. ZD router enroll -J UDM. I don't have to give it an out file.
Was it the trailing space by chance?
No, trailing space should not matter. What did I screw up here? Ken, do you see something that I screwed up here?
You need
the config. I see it.
Yeah, you need to provide the config, then the JWT.
Okay, so can you go back to probably Mattermost?
Okay.
And then do you see the actually it's in the notes.
I have in the notes. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got it. Copy.
No, I've got to
chat, or you can.
I've got to change the host name. This is local IP. Give me 1 second. Advertise. We don't need a listener, so this is all commented out. Actually, remove this. All right. So here's what our config is going to look like. Ken, can you give that an eyeball real quick? I think that's correct. I'm going to change the XXXs to his. We're going to change that. We're going to change this. And then, Paul, do you have a machine name for your UDM Pro, or do you just use 192.168.1.192.168.1.1?
Yeah, I just use the IP. There may be a name, but I'm not. Okay. I don't know what it is.
You may need to create that search directory so that when you.
No, it's already. I think it's a good point. We'll see what happens. I thought it made it for you, but maybe.
And you got to fill in the controller endpoint IP.
Yeah.
For the
Paul, can you go to your ZD Desktop Edge for Mac and see what the IP address is of your controller? If you go to your MacBook Air and go up to the ZD Desktop Edge for Windows,
Yeah.
There should be actually, you could probably get there from the NetFoundry console too, but there should be an IP address of your controller.
Let's see here.
I can tell you how to find it in the controller. I mean, in the console.
Yeah, it could too.
Okay.
Go ahead and share your console screen again.
Yep.
Then go ahead and escape out of this. Go back on the left-hand side under Manage Networks, down at the bottom.
Okay.
And then on the right-hand side, click the 3 dots and firewall info. Yeah. So there's your controller. Copy that that IP address. And then go back to actually send it to me in Mattermost because I was going to update this for you. It's going to put it in there for you.
All right, here it comes.
Okay, and that's all. Looking at this config, that's all I'll have to change, right?
I'm working my way down.
Let's give it a go.
Your SANs are going to show up in the...
So, Paul, go ahead and copy what I just sent you in the Mattermost chat.
Okay. Back to terminal. And just run it as a command?
No. We're going to do a VI space udmpro.yaml, YML. udmpro.yaml, YML. Yep. Oh, let me get this out of the way. This is what we're going to paste in there. Yep. And hit enter. And then do
VI not found.
Do an apt install VI. Oh. VIM. Sorry. Apt install VIM.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yep. Right there. There you go. Yes. Hit enter. Okay. We'll let this chug along. It'll take a second.
31 megabytes of VI.
That's crazy.
Must come with a lot of dev goodies.
Right? Love watching things get installed. The best thing about all of this is that we are fighting through Linux, Mac, UDM. We're not really even doing much CD yet.
Let's not forget a non-technical user.
Well, I mean, you keep bringing that up, not me, Paul. All right. So now hit the I key for insert and then right click and paste.
Can I do a Control V?
It's Mac, so it'd probably be Command V.
Paste.
Like, what do I know? Oh my God. Why? Go back to your, I mean, we should have just, what's that?
Escape U for undo, then colon, set, space.
Oh, that's what it is.
Paste. Enter.
Oh, Ken, save the day.
Now I to insert and paste.
Hit enter now?
Yes.
Or paste?
Not enter, paste.
Paste. Command V.
All right, I hit enter. Should I go delete that?
Yeah.
I hit enter.
Sorry. Okay. Yep. Now Command V. Hey, thanks, Ken. All right.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Escape right quit. Escape WQ. Colon WQ. Sorry.
Or here's a neat trick. 2 uppercase Z's will do the same thing.
Really? Shift Z, Shift Z? Hit escape a couple times. Just escape.
Yeah, just double upper Z will save.
Type ZZ, capital Z, capital Z.
You have to get out of command mode first.
Control C, Control R.
Hit escape to get back.
And shift double Z, double capital Z.
No, not yet.
You're still in some kind of. You're still in command line.
Yeah,
so
type Q
again.
or escape.
Yeah, Q will also work.
Yep.
Q.
Hit Q.
Yeah.
No. Escape.
We're stuck.
Control C. Now capital Z, capital Z.
Do you happen to have a hammer handy?
All right.
Not
No,
on
and then
another
cool.
command.
Now escape. Colon. W, Q, enter, and we're out of here. We're out of VI forever. All right, cool. Now let's do the up arrow until you get back to that enroll command again. Should be pretty close. And then you went right past it, by the way. So fast. It's right there.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Now in front of the -J, type udmpro.yml space and then hit enter. There you go. Okay, failed to parse JWT. Do me a favor and type cat space UDM Pro router. Yeah, capital U. Capital U. Yeah, capital U tab. Enter. Okay, we got no bytes in that thing. What happened there? That makes no sense. Why are there no bytes? Oh, you know what? Here, let's do this. Can I request remote control? Let me take over because we're getting down to the deadline here.
Yeah,
Let me take over real quick.
I gave it to you, so you should be good.
Oh, I gotta be over here to do that. Why can't I do it? No, oh, there it goes. Okay, Control D. Come on. All right, that is. Okay. It didn't download the UDM Router Pro. Can you go back to your console window and get that router file, that JWT again? Because it's definitely not there. My solar shade.
Well, I have it. You want me to check in the downloads to see how big it is?
No, I just looked at it. It's I can see that it's not
four
correct.
bytes. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let me go.
Go back to the NetFoundry console and download it again.
So I go to Edge routers and then click on the one we created.
Yep.
There we go. Download.
And then under advanced options, there's the download JWT.
Let's see how big it is this time. Yeah, 957 bytes. Is that about right?
Yeah. Now let me take back over.
Oh, it'll be -2.
Cool.
Oh, here I get back to terminal for you.
It says I'm controlling, but it is lying to me. I am most definitely not controlling.
Oh, hold on, let me get terminal. There you go.
Okay.
You're in terminal now.
All right, Paul. I'm gonna do this just because we're coming down to the end of the hour. I mean, there's no set 168.1.1. There's no set time on these things. What did I screw up there? SSH root at.
Just delete. There you go.
It's more of a self-imposed hour time box. Just to try to keep it real.
I don't know. Where'd the peak come from? Mount. CD. Unify. OS shell. Oh, wait, come on.
It's up on my screen.
Is it actually
You're in shell?
Yeah, but I am typing, but I'm not. All right, so CD space. We'll go back to you. Back to Paul.
It's not working here for me either.
Oh, that is not what I want to hear at all. Can you Control C?
Oh, I stopped the remote control. Oh, okay, yeah, Control C. No. Yeah, we're locked up.
Command C. No, Control C should be the one. Well, your router still works. because you're still on. Can you make a new window, new terminal window? I'm gonna blame the sharing on. We are doing this for Zoom because the restream was taking too much of Paul's MacBook Air.
Okay. Stop share this one.
We're gonna get it though. We're so close. All right, now SSH to root at 192.168.1.1. We still haven't even made a service yet. Okay, now unify minus OS space shell. CD space. Okay, good. MNT slash persistent slash Ziti. Just tab complete that. Ziti. Enter. ls minus L. Enter. Okay. Dot slash Ziti router. Ziti minus router. Space. Enroll. Space UDM Pro. Dot YML. Space. Capital UDM Pro router minus 2.jwt. Tab complete that. Minus 2. Tab. Enter.
Enter.
Yep. There, it's up
Except
to
one
one
we
heart.
forgot the minus.
Oh, the minus J. Yep. Minus J in front of the UDM. No, you got to use the left arrow. No, the mouse won't work there. Yeah, minus J right there. Enter. This will chug a lug, and it'll create your private key for you. Okay, migdir space certs. Ken nailed it. And then up arrow 2 times. Enter. Yep.
I'm pretty sure I ran into that before. That looks like a successful enrollment in progress.
Oh, you know what? Does it burn the JWT? I bet it burns the JWT too. Make it make dir certs. I don't think it made the dir. Now up arrow 2 times and enter. Yeah. I don't think you hit enter on the make dir. But I bet that JWT is burned, which is gonna suck because we're gonna have to go make a new router.
There it is.
Oh, yay, it did. Okay, good. All right, so now we are so close. Back in Mattermost, I'm going to give you another thing to copy. And I think, I got to change this to UDM Pro. Pro.yaml. Yup. All this is all good. Good. Yes. Okay. Copy. Paste. There you go. All right. Copy that. And then over here in the right-hand side, we're going to VI space /etc /systemd, one word, systemd /ziti minus router dot service.
Minus router. What was the last piece?
Dot service. SERVICE. Enter. Insert letter I. Command V. Oh, it worked that time. What? Weird. Escape. :WQ. This is making a service so that when your Ubiquiti router restarts, Ziti will restart. And now we're going to systemd reload. What's that called? Ken, do you know that command off the top of your head?
Yeah, once you install a new systemd service unit definition, you need to do systemctl space daemon tech reload.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Daemon pack reload.
Dash
Minus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, minus.
All in one word.
Yep.
Yep.
There you go.
And now systemctl space start space ZD
And if
minus
you want it
router.
to start automatically, you got to do an enable as well.
Oh, good point. Yeah. So that will start it too, right, Ken? So get rid of start.
No, that just sets up the first boot. I mean, the next boot
Oh.
behavior.
Enable space ZD router, ZD minus
Yeah.
router. Enter. And then
What did you name it? If not
Or the wrong
cd-router.service.
no, that's what we named it. Does it need to go into system? Oh, I think it needs to go into system, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's not. It's under. It has to be under
So
system.
move
under
mv space etsy /etsy /systemd. No, slash etsy /systemd /zd tab /etsy /systemd /system and hit tab complete that. Go hit backspace once. Okay, cool. Yep. Now tab. And now hit enter. And now you have to reload again. Do the daemon reload and then do the enable. Enable space ZD minus router. Enter. Okay, and now start it instead of enable it. Up, yep.
Looking
And
good.
you'll have to type ZD router again. You can use the left arrow next time. Left arrow start instead of stat.
Oh.
Yep, ZD router, enter. And then instead of start, change it to status. No, system control space status. Yeah. Look at that. Active and running. Okay. Now, if we go back to the NetFoundry console, it takes like a minute or so for it to reflect that it's online, but it should show that this thing's online. Hit escape. Yeah. And then so you see it's registered. That's good. It'll go green here in a second, but while that does that, let's go build the service. So go to services.
Oh, I'm sorry. A sec.
No, yeah, keep sharing that particular screen because that's all we're going to use now. We've done all the terminal work that we need to do, so we don't have to. Now we can just go click stuff. All right, now let's make a new service. Oh, did you already call? Actually,
yeah,
did
I
you
think
make
we
one
did.
called?
We did
good.
This
Yeah, go ahead and make that. Let's go to that. Okay, so this should work now. Change the router. We got to change that router. See how it's auto NF hosted? Yeah, right down right there. Right, yeah, click that. Nope, we don't want that. So that's interesting. We're gonna have to rebuild this service. Well, that's frustrating. Okay, so escape.
I'm not sure why it's not showing up there.
I think it's because it's not. It's probably go back to Edge routers. It's probably not online yet. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes for that
yeah.
that flag
right.
to reflect. We need to wait, unfortunately. So we can talk about the weather, how sunny. Like I have still never bought a shade for this window, and in the wintertime, I clearly need a shade. And I don't know where my shade. I had a shade somewhere. What's this? Will that work?
Well,
I know we said we were totally done in the terminal, and that's assuming the ZD router is running happily. If we wanted to check on that, we could run the journal CTL, just to see that it is actually churning away and getting itself online.
We could. So why don't we go back to that terminal one last time, since Ken is so aptly recommended that we actually just check the log. This is probably a good idea. Let's do journal, JOURNAL space CTL. Oh, actually, Ken put it on the screen there, but I don't think you can see it. And it's actually journal CTL, one word. Journal CTL space minus FU space Ziti router, Ziti minus router. Enter. Main process is exited. That is bad. So it's a good thing that Ken had this great idea. Can you control C for a second? And then scroll up some. It probably doesn't like something in that config file I gave you. Just scroll and then scroll back some. I need to be able to see. No. Just up. Scroll. Yeah, right there. Panic. Okay, stop. No, don't move. Restart counter. Level heartbeat
Invalid
interval.
heartbeat.
At least one edge binding is required. So let's VI space Control C, VI space UDM Pro tab complete. Yep, enter.
Gonna need to
And
do
so
some config surgery.
what did I screw up in here?
It said it needed at least one binding.
I did remove the edge listener binding, but I didn't think I needed it. I thought that's what the tunnel is, the tunnel binding right there.
Well, do you want to compare it with the template that the console provides?
Fine, Ken. That's another good idea. It's just it's really wordy is all.
And it's got some garbage in there that
Yeah. I was trying to keep them from that. But like that looks correct. It has a binding, it has a tunnel binding, it has options, and it has host mode. I wonder if it needs a return after it. It shouldn't. Like, it's all spaced correctly. It all looks right. That all looks right to me. Man. Ken, do you have one handy? Do you have a... Oh, no, 1 second.
I was on my way to get one into my field of view.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing.
And unfortunately, Clint, I have a call that I have to jump on. Can I give you
all right?
control?
Well, you can, but it probably won't work out. Okay, so then that's okay. We can continue the ZDTV, and we'll do it later whenever you can come back, Paul. And then
Sure,
unfortunately, we didn't make it, but we fought with Ubiquity and or Linux and or Mac and or Paul.
And I can come back. I can come back in an hour.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll record the final bits, and then we'll stream it, and then we'll put it back up on YouTube and link to it and all that sort of stuff. All right. Well, Paul, thanks for the time. It's been very fun. We're going to get this done. I'm sure of it. Let's plan to come back in an hour. And if anybody watched along at home, thanks. If you have any questions, put it in the chat and look for that follow-up.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks. See you. Thanks, Ken.
Yeah, if you want to just tie off that thought, we can take a look at the template that I have up here as Paul's dropping.
Sure. We can take Paul off and just put me on. Yeah, so let's go scroll down to the bottom of that. Oh, yeah, right there. Listeners.
So binding edge.
Well, I don't want edge binding. Yeah, I don't want the edge binding. I want just the tunneler binding. Edge binding is if it's a link listener.
Okay. Yeah, my memory's pretty stale on this. That's all superfluous to us. And then...
Oh no. Oh. I do want that bit. No. Edge is not for link listener. Oh no, that's what I screwed up. Yeah, that is what I screwed up. It does need an edge binding. Because that is
advertises that in the control plane.
Yeah, that's what the problem is. It advertises what the end user endpoints should connect into.
You might have been thinking of another configuration.
I was thinking of the link. I was.
Yeah. So, like,
I was thinking of it up above on line 46-ish. Where
could you not do what you're trying to do with ZD Tunnel though without the router bits? Did you really need it to be an edge router for the private network, or did you just need it to host
but unfortunately we took like a 10-minute detour on ZD Edge Tunnel, and I knew ZD router would work, so I was trying to do what I had done before.
I'm not talking about ZD Edge Tunnel. I'm talking about ZD Tunnel.
No,
the
I
Go
know.
tunneler.
I,
Oh,
I know what you are saying. I am
oh,
saying that I use ZD router because ZD router I knew worked. And I
oh,
had used ZD router and I had already done it with ZD router once and I wanted to do it with
gotcha.
ZD router again. So using ZD tunnel is going to introduce yet more churn, which is fine. It was fun. But I wanted, we wasted a bit of time on ZD Edge Tunnel and fumbled through that some,
Gotcha.
and that's all. So yeah, totally could have used ZD Tunnel, but generally speaking, ZD Edge Tunnel is what we would use on an endpoint, and ZD Router would be something that we would use on an appliance. So, like, we do generally recommend ZD Router for routers, but it was a fun side attempt. And then I didn't expect that glibc problem, so that makes me think that maybe the build needs to use an older version of glibc so that it actually links properly.
Maybe we have a couple of specialized builds. Like there's the one for I think it's MIPS architecture. It may have different build dependencies that we use with OpenWRT, which is another router appliance operating system, and it just means that the Linux that where we tried to run ZD Edge Tunnel, the C tunneler, has an has an older operating system.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's okay. It's just we've seen that particular problem. We know what that is all about. So,
It may
all
also
right.
be an option to statically compile ZD Edge Tunnel so it doesn't depend on those dynamically linked libraries.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure, but I am going to fix this config. I broke it when I sent it to Paul. Totally my fault. I'm going to make sure that it looks right, and then we'll follow up in like an hour because like we are so close to getting it done.
We are
Like
close, yeah.
we were so close. I even had him set that service up ahead of time so that it would it would already be there. It's only going to take like 5 minutes once we unscrew that little config. But all
Good
right,
stuff. All right.
all right, Ken. It's fun. We'll see anybody who watched next time.
Good luck out there.
Bye.